Good morning, church. I'm excited to be here. First of all, I would like to appreciate Pastor Adeoti for this opportunity that he has given to me. It's always a pleasure when I get to interact with him because he's a man of insight, he's a man of many parts as well. And some of the things that he also provides to us, even online, are the things that we also run with. And so thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I'll start by providing this. Okay, because I want to show us something that I think will serve as a good pointer.
Tony, what's happening? Okay, there you are. I think it's this guy. Sorry,
Okay.
Check it.
Yes. Okay. So this is an important part of scripture that I think that every Christian needs to put into mind. Ephesians chapter 5, 15 to 17 talks about us paying careful attention then to how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. More often than not, I see people just walk through life without understanding that there are certain things that are already provided, and what it takes for them to really go into it is the knowledge of the opportunity. So many times, and you will see it as I go on, so many times we languish in the midst of plenty. And I think sometimes it's about our mindset, because traditionally we think that there are certain ways things should be done, but eventually we realize that the way the world is going, things are quite different. I mean, I can remember when I was, as early as 2009, I had a lot of people who said that, why should they be on WhatsApp? Because it's a waste of time. But now I get to see even elderly people being on WhatsApp. In fact, a statistics came about the other day that said that the most people who forward messages on WhatsApp are the people of 55 years and above. Okay, and the truth of the matter is that eventually we will catch up with the times. But the question is, when exactly are we catch up with these times? And that's why today I would like to discuss about this important topic that I think that many of us should be aware of. Many of us might say that perhaps it is not for us, but I think that having that knowledge alone might put you on the right track. Maybe for you, maybe for people coming after you, you will realize the potential that it has for us, even in this time and age. And I would like to start by the state of the job market. So right now, we need to start with this, because right now, only 36 million Nigerians are in full employment. And that's from as far as 51 that were in 2019. And then the second chart shows about the unemployment rate in each country. So we have Nigeria, which is at 33%. We have South Africa, which is also at 33%. Kenya has 7%. And so it just goes to show that even as government tries to do something, we as individuals, we also need to start looking at ways in which we can also help ourselves. And just look at the state of those that are working and willing to work. Now, interestingly, this statistic shows that 12 million Nigerians actually wake up every day with nothing to do. Okay, I mean, that should be something that should baffle us. I mean, and one of the things that I always say, because as I travel a lot across the country, and there is a kind of shell in which people who live in the urban areas actually have. And so they think that, look, why is unemployment, why did they say poverty is so high? But interestingly, even with the rate of inflation, a lot of us are starting to feel it. And then if you combine the youth unemployment in Nigeria, we realize that it's over 60%. And so that is something that should actually trouble us, because what it shows is that this is something that has ramifications even for us as individual people. So if there's such unemployment and underemployment in the country, we get to realize that it is bad news for everyone. And how exactly is this bad news? Of course, insecurity. People always need to do something. If you don't engage them productively, they will look for things to do. And of course, there will be revenue problems, which will lead to less money available for public infrastructure. Of course, you already know that there will be increase in poverty, and the psychological effect of people that are unemployed is also high. Because we have been made for productivity. When we are not productive, it has a psychological effect on us as human beings. Now, this is something that I think that we as a nation, we need to start paying attention to. The IT outsourcing model for Nigeria. Now, what does this really mean? It means that for us as a people, there are certain opportunities that are across the world. There are certain opportunities that people have all over the world. And right now, especially because of the onset of the internet, we are not limited by where we live. We're not limited by the color of our skin. We can participate in what we call the global market. And Nigeria is actually poised for that kind of opportunity because English language is the language of money. English language is the language of money. You will go to a lot of places where, even though English is not their official language, because they need to actually interact with people that are all over the world, the financial hubs of the world is in London. In London, they speak English. New York is one of them. They speak English in New York. In Singapore, they also speak English. And then we have in Shanghai, which is in China, but they also speak English there. And what that shows us is that these opportunities that are across the world, we as Nigerians can actually participate in them, because Nigeria has the fourth largest English. We are the fourth largest English-speaking country in the world. And of course, we have relatively cheap labor, and the time zone that we've been blessed with in this country is one that we can use to work across a lot of all of these countries. So if you look at Europe, they're either 1 or 2 hours either behind us or after us. So these are things that we can take advantage of because we've been uniquely blessed to be in Nigeria. One other country that I think is a very good model that we can look at is India. Usually, I've worked with many Indians before, and one of the things that we always get to talk about is how much of a big brother they are to us. So think about a lot of things that you think are wrong in Nigeria. If you get to India, they are a lot more worse. Of course, in India, there are a lot of other very good things there. But India is a country that we can actually look at. And because of how very low employment agriculture can be, the truth of the matter is that when a country gets its agricultural rights, the rate of employment in that sector comes down. Because effective agriculture means mechanized agriculture. And mechanized agriculture does not take a lot of people. Manufacturing is one that I think that as a country, we also need to take advantage of. But IT outsourcing services, which has created over 400 jobs between 2018 and 19 for India alone, and that is one that has actually come through their surveys. There are a lot, experts have said there are a lot more that have not come through that channel, which they are saying that it's actually as high as 1 million jobs. And that is because individual Indians have positioned themselves to get jobs all across the world, do it in India, and then send the output out. And they are paid very, very well for it. And that is something that I think that as Nigerians, we can always take advantage of. And I always say, so last week, I was speaking with someone, and the person said that, after speaking with the person said that he realized that his mom actually has retired, but the mom, when she was in service, was a very good chemistry teacher. Very good chemistry teacher. And one of the things that she left out after speaking is the realization that the mom, even though retired, can now start teaching chemistry online. So what happens is that she can, and using our phones, she can make short clip videos, put them on YouTube, and she can get paid for it. In fact, she can even have courses that she can take advantage of, probably to brush up her skills, and then she can start earning online. I know people today who, via their video tutorials on YouTube, they actually make as much as $5,000 every month. So there are many ways to earn on YouTube. You can earn through something called AdSense. You can also earn through something that we call sponsored ads. So the question is, what skill do you have now? And I will list out a few. Can you write very well? Are you someone that is very organized and you can help people organize their things? Are you someone that when people write, you catch errors? You can be a very good proofreader. You can be a very good editor. Are you someone that probably where you work right now, or you've retired, you've done accounting before, you've done auditing before? Are you someone who is an excellent customer service person? All of these skills that you have. And one thing I always say is that for many of us, we underestimate our competencies. A lot of times, some of the skills that we have, we think that they are not very useful. But the truth of the matter is that if you can identify the skills that you have, there is potential for you to offer that kind of service to other people. Some people are very organized. I know a person that since secondary school, the person has kept every single note that he has written. Every single one that are written. So those kind of people, what happens with people who are C-suite executive is that they always have so much tasks to do that they always need people to organize it for them. And that is where virtual assistants come in. They send you your schedule, you help them organize it, you help them with their email schedule, and then you get paid for it. Are you someone who likes to transcribe? You might not even know how to transcribe. You can simply learn on it on YouTube. Okay? Because these are skills that there are people in the world that are willing to pay for it. There are over 7 billion people in the world. If only 5 of them are willing to pay you for that service, you can get paid a lot. And they will not pay you in naira. They will pay you in dollars. Because that is the currency that can be easily converted across the world. So this platform has provided a way in which when they pay you, they actually pay you in dollars. I know a friend who actually does only transcribing for organizations across the world. Because usually what happens is that in researchers across the world, they realize that whatever they've done, they need to convert it to English. And so what they do is that they are transcription machines where they talk into and then it converts it for them in English. And so they need someone who can take that transcription that they have in audio and then can help them transcribe and then send it across to them. That's all. Some people have that as a full-time job and they get paid a lot of money for it. But what other skills should you even try to get? What other skills can you learn? A lot of us, most of the things that we know how to do now, we're not born with it. So we can learn. We can learn a lot of these things. And it is not hard, they are not hard to learn. So Excel for business. Can you learn Excel for business? Can you learn how to market on the internet? Can you learn digital marketing? Can you learn data science? These are skills that if you learn, you will definitely get people who will pay for them. Because right now, the way the job market is in the world right now is that there are a lot of things that are intertwined. And then companies are getting to realize, especially with the onset of COVID, that remote work is the way to go. That they even save more money going remotely than when they have people coming to the office to work. Because when the people come to when people are now in remote jobs, they don't need to pay for infrastructure for them. So they don't need to pay rent for them. They don't need to pay even especially when they come to places like Nigeria, they don't even need to pay taxes. They get to realize that payroll is greatly reduced because someone that you are paying $6,000 in the US or in the UK, you can pay $2,500 to them in Nigeria and they will be happy for it. They will be happy about it. And so these are things that project management, I always say that project management is really not a job title. Project management, it's a skill that you can learn from any work that you do, and then you can take it across board. I have worked in construction industries, I have worked in technology industry, I have worked in the NGO space, all about managing what people do, managing people. These are the skills that you can actually take online. I know people who are actually in the university that are taking part in this job space and they are earning as much as $3,000 every month. Now, the question that I always ask myself is, will they go out of the university and then start looking for jobs? Obviously not. I know a friend who, so the only thing that she does is that she does data entry for companies abroad. And one thing that she's going to realize is that, because usually what happens is, when you have and you take these jobs and you finish them, you are rated on it, on how well you do. And so the more highly rated you are, the more opportunities you have and you are attracted to other people. And so one of the things that she's actually gotten after doing a lot of excellent work in this data entry job is that companies have now retained her. But of course, she also has all these online websites that she can still get access to. So what she has just done is that she now has her own company. So what she does is that she gets these jobs, and then she has people that can do these jobs for her. They get paid, she gets paid, the company gets a very good job done. So that is also an excellent way of even providing jobs for people in the country. These skills that I'm going to mention right now, they are more technical, and of course, they actually attract even more money. And yes, they also take more time to learn. So skills like programming, things like DevOps, things like cloud computing. So if you see a situation whereby, I mean, a lot of us know about Facebook, a lot of us know about Twitter, a lot of us know about YouTube. Cloud computing is a way in which they store all the data that you have, they store it in a space where wherever you are across the world, you can get access to them. So for instance, I'm here right now, I can access YouTube here. If you go to Ikeja, you can still access the same thing. If you go to San Francisco, you can still access the same thing. Someone somewhere, probably in Bangladesh, has uploaded a video online. That video is accessible across the world. So companies need someone that can help them manage and maintain that kind of infrastructure. And that's what cloud computing is about. Cybersecurity too is a very big thing. Blockchain is one that is also excellent. So these skills are the skills that, if you learn them and you are very good on them, in fact, there are companies that are willing to sponsor you after getting these skills and move you out of Nigeria. That is how very lucrative and in demand they can be. So it's just to let you know exactly what are the potentials that are available for us if we are willing to go an extra mile to get the skills done. And the truth of the matter is that once we get them, we get them. Once we have the skills, we have the skills. And we can even start teaching them to other people. Where do you begin? So the people are asking that now I know all of these things, where exactly can you begin? If you have skills, you can simply go about monetizing them. If you need to brush up on your skills, these requirements, that's all that you need. So you have a PC, if you have a personal computer, you can take part in this economy. If you have a smartphone, you can take part in this economy. So what exactly are the skills that you have right now that you can monetize? you need to decide on that. So usually what I advise is that some of these skills I have mentioned, some of them you can start right now and start earning by next week. Some of them you will need more time to get yourself acquainted with the skills first of all before you start learning. And some of them, like cloud computing, like machine learning, it will take a while for you to learn at them. So one of the things that I advise is that if you need the funds right now, you probably need to start with the low-end skills. And I'll also mention how much you can earn doing them. And then you can graduate to the ones that are high-tech, because it's now easier for you to learn those things while you have income that you are generating on the side. So sometimes, and is one that I think about, is that when you are starting, it can be a little confusing. So you might need to have a coach, someone that is already in the space that can help, that can guide you through it. I remember someone that I took through the other time. So if you need to get paid, you will need to have a domiciliary account, and then which you can use to link to the platforms that you have. And then the CBN has even said that right now, banks should give you the dollars. So you get dollars, and then you exchange it in the prevailing market prices. And where do you learn them? There are a lot of places where you can learn a lot of these things. Many of them are free. For instance, it is very rare for you to see a skill that I have mentioned that you cannot get for free on YouTube. YouTube is an excellent resource that you can learn almost anything. Sometimes some of the things that I see people learn, that I see people put online for us to learn, I wonder, because they take so much time, so much effort, and they are willing to put it out there for people to use. Of course, YouTube has a way of paying them also, but again, it just shows how intertwined, how interconnected these opportunities have for us. So Coursera, Udemy, if MIT even has a course right now that they are free. But if you are willing to pay for them, some of them are also paid as well. Payment usually is for the certificates that you get, but the skills that you actually learn, you can learn most of them for free. And then soft skills are also important. I always say this, that it is not just good for you to be able to do some of these things. You also need to be able to transfer your soft skills into these jobs. So for instance, you must be someone that should be able to communicate very well. You must be able to lead a team. There are certain times when, after you've gotten this opportunity, you now have the opportunity of leading teams. These are the things that you can actually learn about. One of the things I've realized is that Nigerians do very well in these skills, because from time to time, we've learned to adapt to our environment, and so the things that we need to adapt to online are not so rigorous. You also need to have time management skills. So I know an accountant that is actually working for a big accounting firm, and then is also into remote job opportunities. Interestingly, what he earns on the side is now 90% of what he earns in one of the big 4 companies. And so he's thinking right now about quitting so that he can concentrate mainly on this side business that he's doing on the internet. Because the truth of the matter is that the one he's doing on the internet, because they are paying him in dollars, he does not need to exert more time and energy to do them like he will actually do if he's still having his job. So these are some of the soft skills that you need to learn when you are involved in the online business. And like I said, there are so many websites that are willing to offer you these opportunities. There are a lot. I mean, I've listed about 60 here, though I agree that not all of them accept Nigerians, but a big chunk of them accept Nigerians. There's one that I actually like, that I use the most. It's called Upwork. Upwork is an excellent resource for Nigerians, because you can get almost any professional service that are available there. That are available on the internet. You can have them available there. And then I'll show you a snapshot of the opportunity. Can we see this very well? Oh, can we all see? Can you see what I have at the back? Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm showing you some of the opportunities that are available. So the first one talks about I search for content writing. That's Upwork for you. And then right now you have 17,000. I did this last night. So you have 70,000 jobs that are available for content writing alone. Okay. Upwork is offering transcription. You have 1,066 jobs available for transcription. For voiceover, and that's why I say that most of the time we don't know the talent that we have. And I usually say that the way the church is set up for people to get skills. So you have people that are ushers, they know how to organize. You have people who are in the choir, they know how to sing. You have people who are in charge of these audio visuals. These skills are needed on the internet. So you see voiceovers, we have 2,000 jobs for voiceover personnel. And then I looked at the hourly rates. So you have cold callers. Cold callers are people that they give you a list of people to call, and then you call them, and then you get paid for it. So they are saying that an hourly rate of 4 to 9 naira is available for that job. So if you get that job, they will pay you between $4 and $9. For the bookkeeping, dollars, yeah. For bookkeeping, they are willing to pay you $7 to $10 per hour. So it now depends on how many hours are you working. So you have $10. Let's multiply that by 500 to be on the conservative side. So you have $10 times 500. That's 5,000 per hour. So how many hours can you work? How many weeks can you work in a day, in the month? And how long do you think you want to last in that job? And then you have data entry, which I said one of my friends is doing. And so for this, you have as much as $27 per hour to do that. Because of course they pay per hour, so you just need to convert that to your monthly pay, and then you see how lucrative that is. Let me show you one of the things that you actually see when you go on this website. So this one is about customer service. And then this is how the jobs will be posted. So you have someone says, hey, the person is willing to pay between $15 to $35 per hour. And so the person says, hey, everyone, I'm looking to see if anyone here is in need of a full-time or part-time data entry assistance. Flexible and easy work from home. The job cost is free. We will train you for a week. And then when we're training you, we'll pay you $15 per hour for training you. And then they are saying that when you now get to the job, we'll now pay you $25 per hour for full-time working, and then you can make up to 1,500 to 2,500 within 2 to 4 weeks, depending on your efficiency. So you have someone that can make, that's 2 to 4 weeks. You have someone that can potentially make $2,500 for the month. And so sometimes when a lot of people, and there are so many Nigerians that are involved in this. The reason why many people are not aware of this is because they are not attuned to the opportunities. And so these opportunities are there for the taking. The question is, how much of these funds, of this revenue, of this income lying in these places are you willing to grab for yourself? Are you willing to take 1 week, 2 weeks to learn these skills and then get on it? We have so many professionals that would benefit from having side hustles. Someone that was earning $300,000 in 2019, if the 300,000 naira in 2019, and if the person is still earning the same thing today, the person is earning much less because of the cost of inflation and all the other things. But just imagine if the person is earning this in dollars, even though the pay is the same, but the conversion to naira has increased. And so this is something that I think a lot of Nigerians need to be aware of, because again, one of the reasons why it's good for the Indians is because so many Indians are involved in this business and they deliver very good jobs, that companies are now saying that, look, because I have very good reputation with Indians, I am willing to do for Indians. And that is the same thing will happen to Nigerians if a lot of Nigerians are involved in these opportunities. So countries now say that because we get so much excellent service from Nigerians, we now want to concentrate on Nigerians and hire more Nigerians. So that is the way it works. That is the mentality. If you realize that a lot of people are in this business and they are doing well, you are wants to give more opportunities to those kind of people. And so these are the opportunities, and this is something that is a service, that is something that we can even talk about a whole. Because the truth of the matter is that if you get yourself attuned with this, you can even make more money for yourself. So if you're an expert in TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, blogging is another exciting one that a lot of people really do not know about because they really don't know how to go about it. But these are the opportunities, and I would leave by saying that, so there are certain companies in Silicon Valley, after COVID happened, they realized that they need to actually change the way they work. And last week I realized, I saw this tweet by two of the top technology companies in the world. These two people actually manage them. Patrick is the CEO of Stripe. I don't know how many people know Stripe here. Stripe is like PayPal. And then we have A&B. And they are saying that in 2019, 39% of the people that they hire in their companies were within the Bay Area. So Bay Area is in a place in the US where there are a lot of technology companies. But right now, they're now looking outside, and they're hiring as much as 74% of people that they hire. And then Brian now says that, look, the place that they should be before was Silicon Valley. But right now, companies in the technology space, they are now looking all over the internet for talent. But if you are not on the internet to showcase your talent, they won't see you. And that's why I think that this is a tremendous opportunities for us to take advantage of, and that if we are tuned to it, we'll be surprised and probably shocked by how much it can change our lives, because it is changing a lot of lives right now. Thank you very much. So I'll now be on for questions, if you have any. Do you have questions?
Please, if you have questions, let's do so quickly. Our time is spent. Do we have a microphone, gentlemen? Anybody with a question? No question? Okay, at the back.
If you want to get trained, where do we just give us an address or some place we can get the skill to acquire the skills? I'm talking about maybe an organization or some place.
Okay, for most of the training that I know people have done, they've actually done that online. But I have friends who actually conduct small time training for people who want to get started. I can share that later on. But I can assure you, if you go on the internet, like I said, you just need to pick a skill that you want, go on YouTube, learn it, and then you can register on any of the websites that I've mentioned. Upwork is a very good start for you to start, and you'll be surprised how easy it can be. Of course, I think that for them to verify your account, you will need to take about five working days, but there on then you can get jobs, and it is interesting, I must say.
Okay. Any other? Yes. Oh, there are questions. Oh, are we using Slido? Oh, you should have told us. Okay.
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 Okay, so someone has, I'm interested in how to work remotely for online clients. Like I said, what you need to do is to actually register on these websites. If you're interested, they provide a lot of ways for you to do that. Someone says some of these sites do not work for Nigerians. Yes, I agree. That's why, and I mentioned it when I was speaking, but a lot of them actually work. The truth of the matter is that you don't even need more than 2 or 3 websites to work. And on Upwork alone, you can get more than enough jobs. And I assure you that Upwork is available for Nigerians. Please, I need a list of sites where the skills you mentioned is needed. I can always share the slides with you where you can see all the ones I've worked. Does Upwork need people who are experienced? Yes. Upwork needs people who are beginners, who are intermediaries, and they are experts. So you see it in the job descriptions that you have. And for experienced people, they get paid more. So I know someone who, because he's experienced, he gets paid $60 per hour because he's more experienced in what he's providing to them. Do we have more questions?
Okay. Okay, there's a hand there. Let's take that, and then we'll begin to...
Okay, so I just noticed that the Upwork doesn't accept your personal email.
Personal email?
Yes. I just tried now with both Yahoo and Gmail, and it's asking that I use my work email. So how do we navigate around that?
Okay, so there are actually ways to go about that. One thing that you can do is that there are companies that are interested in providing you this email. But that's a little surprising because I know that for Upwork, I use my own Gmail for Upwork. So maybe you can contact me after now, and then perhaps there are some things that is not allowing your personal email to work. But I use my Gmail for the account.
Yes, I also use my Gmail, so I'm
You use your
surprised.
Gmail too, yes.
Any updates on Fiverr?
Yeah, Fiverr is on the list that I sent. So Fiverr too is good, but I think Fiverr is restrictive on Nigerians. So I don't know how because it's been a while. I've checked the website out. Where can we get materials? So what materials are you referring to? If you are looking for training materials, it depends on the skill that you want to learn. There are a lot of skills on there. So it depends on the material that you want to have for what skills that you have. But you can always get the materials online. You can learn online. Like I always say, we are not born with any skills. In fact, to even work, we have to learn to work. So there's really there are very few skills that we can learn. But I admit that some of them will take more time. But they are always worth it in the long run. I have a question as a newbie on Upwork. How do you convince clients if you haven't done the job? So what I will always say is that when you are near Upwork, just take the low entry jobs first. Okay, low end jobs. They will always tell you beginners. When a client tells you beginner, they don't expect that you have experience. They don't expect that you've done it many times. And that's why for them, usually the fees are about $4 to $10 per hour, which is still a lot for Nigerians if you convert it to our own currency. So you get to go along the way. In fact, there comes a time when after you've been there for a while, so let me give you an example. There's this lady that I know from way back in the university. She's an excellent researcher. So one of the clients that reached out to me, and then she said she needs someone that is, and the person is based in Canada, and that she needs someone that can help her with research. So I forwarded the person's phone number to her, and then they did a Zoom call, and the Zoom call went well. So she finished that contract with the lady. She went on Upwork, she started working, and then she got another offer in Singapore. So right now, she's not even looking at sites like Upwork again because she now has a permanent gig that she's working with. So there comes a time when even after you've done a couple of jobs on Upwork, if you do excellent work, the clients will now take the job away from Upwork and will now have you as the person that they will be dealing with permanently. So that's really the way it works. But it starts with you just starting small, getting experience, learning how the thing works, and then you even be the one to tell them how much you want to be paid. Okay, she has a question. Your personal Gmail. Yeah, so Gmail, I use my Gmail for Upwork.
All right. Thank you so much, Tosin. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.